have unfinished business at FC Nordsj in Denmark, because it's been over 2 years since I stopped streaming, and the last save was an unfinished Youth to Gold with this club. So I have decided today's the day I make a return. But of course, my dad is knocking around and he's becoming the new manager of FC Copenhagen. So it's a huge challenge for me to compete as we rebuild these two clubs across 5 seasons. A reminder of the points tally is as follows. You gain 1 point for a higher league finish, 1 point for a victory over each other, 1 point for eliminating each other from a cup competition, 3 points for a domestic cup win, 4 points for a domestic league win, 5 points for a Europa/Europa Conference win, and 7 points for the Champions League win. Dad, it's a Danish rebuild today.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this one.
Yeah,
something different.
I've got unfinished business with FC Nordsj. I did a Youth to Gold series that I never managed to finish on stream because Louis was born, so
yeah,
always blame the kids.
Yeah.
And I felt like if I ever would come to Denmark, I would want to be Nordsjælland.
Right.
So that's the reason why, of course, you are Copenhagen.
Yeah.
One of the most iconic Danish clubs, arguably probably the best, as well as like Brøndby, I imagine. But in recent history, Copenhagen, they've been up there. They got 15 Super League titles, as you can see, from 2001 to 2023. They've pretty much won it every other year or every year. So they are very good in this division. FC Nordsjælland, however, they've only won it once, 2012. They've got a great academy, they've got lots of good players, the right to dream park because of that link with the Ghanaian team that they have, which is why a lot of their players are Ghanaian. Now, to start things off, we had a bit of a transfer budget, and I did sign one of those players that come through the Right to Dream Academy. Signed him back, Abu Francis. I remember when we did the Youth to Go stream, he was one of my favourite players for the team, and I was gutted the fact that they sold him last season. So I've brought him back. £2.5 million is what I spent. That was pretty much all of my my money, but there we go. And then finally, £2.5 million on Tagzev, which is a centre midfielder who can also play left back from Rosenborg. So those are the two signings that I made.
Yep.
I'm going for a 4-4-2, but with a slightly altered left-hand side, and that is for good reason. Sheldrop is still at the club. Of course, he was there from, well, a while back actually, but he eventually moved to Benfica. Didn't get many games, so he's in on loan. On loan for the rest of the season. We still got a few really good players that you might recognise. Diomande is going to be leaving. He's already gone. Nagalo's there. Kian Hansen's there. So we've got 3 Hansens, unfortunately, which isn't going to be very easy for me to remember. Pitchler is also in the club as well, but I think my star man is the Danish striker Ingvartsen.
Yeah.
Surely he's like Icelandic as well, something like that with a name like... No, he isn't. Fair enough. He's, I think, my star player. We've got a couple of good strikers, really. Let's have a look then, Dad, because you've actually signed 2 players as well.
Yeah.
We've got the keeper.
Signed a better keeper, so...
Well, it's because Grabara's leaving, isn't it?
Yeah, he was. And he's leaving halfway through the season, I think,
Next season it is.
In January?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I had to get one in.
He is leaving, going to Wolfsburg. And then you've also got Danny Gomez in from Levante.
Yeah, I felt they needed a striker, so just got a striker in.
Okay, so your tactic, you're going for a 4-2-3-1 with the keeper in, playing every single game, might as well. And then the rest of the side looks like this, of course. Your standout players is this man on the right-hand side here, Rooney Bargi.
Yes, and I tried to lock him in for a longer contract, and he's not interested.
He is not.
So I'm going to be losing him. I think it's next season, the end of next season, is it?
2025, yeah, he is. Didn't want anything to do with it, unfortunately. Oh, you could have. If you wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
We'll see. Oh, right, minimum fee release clause. You've also got Jaleur in there as well. There's a couple of really good players. There's the Hoyland brothers as well. That's in and around the team.
Yeah.
Larson. Of course, his dad was a cracking player.
Yeah, he was, definitely, yeah.
Let's see. Schedule-wise, you've played a lot of games so far. You've only dropped a couple of points in... Well, it's not even points. It's a couple of games from being a win in the Champions League qualification stage, but you still progressed, and you're in a Champions League group with Bayern Munich, Porto, and Galatasaray. Good luck with that.
That's me finished.
For the rest of the league fixtures, though, you've won all 6 games so far. I have not, as you can see. My form is terrible, and the reason why there's a line here is because the league splits into 2. There'll be a relegation section and a promotion section. Hopefully, I can get myself in the promotion section. But let's have a look to see what was really going wrong. And I've been struggling. I admit from the tactic I've been trying to build. I've settled on what I've got now, but for a while, it wasn't looking great. I mean, I started off okay, 2-0. I even beat Bromby, who's going to be like the third team in and around us, as well as Midtjylland. But the games I should be winning, I'm losing. So, yeah, that hasn't been too great. But anyway, you know the point system. We are in Denmark for the first time in a versus rebuild. Let's see what happens season number 1. Okay, first season. Did you pick up the win?
20 points clear.
Yeah, quite a lot. I was down in 3rd place. It's not too bad, I guess, but unfortunate for me. Bromby actually finished in 7th place there, down in the relegation stage. So in the championship group, this is what it looks like. So after you play another 10 games on top of the 22 that you were to qualify, you were champion, 83 points, 20 points, as you say, above Midtjylland. I qualified there, 59 points. However, we are on Nordsjland, and I have a Europa League next to my name. That's because I won the cup. Yes.
You had to win that cup, didn't you?
I did.
The cup man strikes again.
AGF in the final. Where were you, Dad?
I don't know.
Randers in the semi-final, quarter-final, knocked out Helsing. Oh, it'd be great if I could knock you out of an earlier round. That'd be hilarious. No. Wow, you were knocked out by this club here. Never even heard of them. All right, you get 4 points for winning the league. I get 3 points for winning the cup. But a lot of these points are going to be the games against each other. Because remember, there's 1 point for every game we play each other. And if we're both finishing in the championship group, as 4 games in total. So let's have a look then. On Nordsjland, we'll get rid of everything else, and we can see just league games, home and away. In the championship group, 1-1 loss when against each other, so there's a point taken away. But you also beat me in the preliminary phase, and we drew in the other one. So you get an extra point on top of me compared to, well, what we've got. You got 2 points, I got 1 point because there was also a draw. Yeah. Not a bad start for me, considering you have a far better team. Let's have a look, though, at the goals. I've got Ingvartsen there with 29. That's unbelievable, really, with a 2-man strike force and him playing the 31 games. That's absolutely unbelievable. Osman actually got quite a lot of goals. He's going to be joining Brighton. So, if anything, I didn't really want him to be playing much. I'd rather have played Pitchler quite a lot, but there we go. And I'm, of course, also losing Sheldrop now. So, going to be struggling in some ways. I've only got £3.6 million. Not a lot of money going into this league, so we might be struggling there. We might have to sell a player or two. Thankfully, I've got 100% of my transfer revenue. However, you have 5%, which is mental.
I'm not going to be selling anybody.
No, we tried to up it and they literally declined, which is crazy. How did you get on the Champions League, Dad? We can't see where you went there. No, okay, that's 1 point.
1 point. Who did I draw against?
Galatasaray away.
I went to hell, and I come back with a point.
Yeah, your only point. Okay, 31 goals there for Danny Gomez. Rooney Baji with 13 and 13. El Yanusi with 13 as well. Victor Claesson with 11 and 9. Matson with 10 and 9. Rasmus Falk got a good amount of assists too. And of course, your transfer budget, 4 million. Ooh, with no wage. So you're going to be dealing with scraps, unfortunately.
There's my keeper going there.
5%. The reason why is debts and loans, you're at £155 million, which is... How have they got themselves into that debt in the first place? Maybe the stadium? But the stadium looks quite good. I mean, whenever I see it on like Champions League nights, I think that's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah, the Danes give a good atmosphere.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
I'm quite surprised by that. If you know why they're in a lot of debt, obviously we'd love to know down in the comment section. Thank you very much. But season number 1, let's tally the points. It is Omega Luke with 4, Omega Dad with 6. Okay, so you got the early advantage. What's really annoying is we both got transfers going out, but like we're not seeing any of the money.
Well, definitely not on mine.
Annoying, isn't it? I mean, that's obviously, like transfers going out from, that's already been agreed.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So we're not seeing any of it because it's already been agreed. Anyway, I got a couple of free transfers in, but I did spend some money. I had £3 million that I spent on Albert Ellis. I just wanted a pacey striker with a bit of off-the-ball talent. And this guy gives me that, definitely. So the Honduran, 28 years of age, from Bordeaux, hasn't scored many goals last season, but he's already got half of that in the 5 games.
Good start, then.
That's all I could ask for, absolutely. Then I've got a couple of free transfers as well. Ejuke being the main one, who can play from that left-hand side. Of course, I lost Sheldrop, so I needed a replacement there. No way is he as good. But for a free transfer, can't complain about that whatsoever. And then I've also got myself a new goalkeeper who actually goes in as number 1 for me, so not too bad. As much as I would love to play the game of how Nordsjland would play it and go for these, Right to Dream Academy stars, you don't really have the capabilities of do that. I've loaded up Ghana on this, and you just don't get the players through the right stream academy. So that's one thing that I think Football Manager needs to work on, where these clubs who have feeder clubs in nations where they are legitimately finding some of the best up-and-coming players. I mean, there's loads coming out of Ghana. We've seen the other player, of course, who went to Sporting, and then Fatawu, who went to Leicester.
Yeah.
Like, he was Ghanaian, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And, you know, all these players coming through, you can't get them from the Right Stream Academy very well on this game at all. So I've had to go a different type of club, a different way in the club vision. Because I know a lot of people that you want us to play up to the club visions and make it realistic. Sometimes it's just not possible. My tactic, I'm keeping it the same. I think we had a good style of play. It wasn't too bad. We just dropped off halfway through the season. But yeah, let's see how we're going for the next season anyway. And Dad, your team, you've brought in 2 players.
Yeah.
You've got Costas for 425 million. 425k. You wish it was 425 million.
Definitely, yeah.
That's how much debt you're in.
Yeah.
You got centre back coming in, and then Brandon Williams. A go-to for you, isn't he?
He has been recently, because you're getting him so cheap as well, or on a freebie like that. But he covers both sides, and that to me is just ideal.
Yeah, absolutely. So tactically, you've kept it the same, but you're locking in Costas.
Well, I've won the league, didn't I? So I've got to keep it the same.
The Tinkerman is trying to get rid of his new reputation of being a tinkerer.
Come on, you've just given me so much stick off the last video. I'm sticking.
The Tinkerman. Best 11 puts Costas out of the side, which is why you locked him in, but the rest of it you're kind of happy with. Johannesson also joins.
This looks a good player as well. So.
Yeah, he was on loan last season at Fortuna Dusseldorf, but he's come back. He's phenomenal.
He's such a good player now. So this is probably one of my best players in the team now. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and 21. Very good.
So, schedule. You've won every game.
Yeah.
And we've played each other, and you destroyed me 4-0. You've also played in the Champions League playoff, which means you are qualified again for that Champions League. You got Milan, Hoffenheim, Dinamo Zagreb. You got actually an okay run there, and then at the end it's Napoli and Barcelona.
See ya.
Yeah, that middle section, you might be able to pick up some points there. Who knows? Let's have a look then. After my tactic, as you said, I've set pretty much the same. Besides the game that I lost against you, in the league it's been okay. I did lose a couple at the end here against Visual and AGF, but it's been alright outside of that. And unfortunately as well, I am in the Europa League phase, not the Europa Conference. I was kind of hoping I'd drop into the Europa Conference because it might be a competition I could potentially win. But no, I'm in the Europa League, and I've got Montpellier, Sparta Prague, Atalanta, Aston Villa, Feyenoord and Celtic, and you like Feyenoord, didn't you? No qualms with them.
One of my favourites.
Yeah, nothing against Feyenoord.
No.
It's just bloody Rennes, isn't it?
Yeah.
By the way, Dad told me, he goes, I'll start a new save at home. I was like, have you? What you doing? He goes, like, 10 seasons for you, so you can do a video on. I was like, oh, lovely. Who is it with? He went, Rennes. I was like, I tell you now, we will not be doing a video on
I'm
that.
taking PSG on, that's all I'm saying. I'm taking them on.
I will want you relegated. Your challenges are relegation, put the club out of debt, into debt, sorry, in administration, potentially make them extinct. That is the 3 challenges that you'll get for the Rennes game. Nothing really against them, to be honest. Dad, you've had a good start to the season. I have not in some ways, but I pulled it back last time. Let's see if I can do that this time round. Season number 2. Let's see what happens. All right, I can see a trend going on here, although it is a lot closer. 5 points.
Yeah.
I've managed to climb. I mean, I was in the relegation area for a while at the relegation.
I mean, really, you had a really good finish considering you were that far down and only finished 5 points behind me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've managed to pull that back. I think when you go into the second, this is what the preliminary stage was. Like after 22 games, I was second. Then when you go into the next part, the championship group, as you can see, that's what I ended with. So I managed to catch you up by quite a lot, to be fair. Hopefully that's because it's games against you.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Hope not.
Danny Gomez scored 25. Ingvartsen got 21. Rooney Baji got 13. Ingvartsen also had the highest average rating in the whole league, which I'm very happy with. But we're on Nordsj Lland. I'd love to win another cup. Let's see if I can do it. No, I was knocked out early.
Yeah.
By again, Bromby. We knew. Oh, they got Ralph Hasenhutel.
Yeah, good manager.
League phase in the Europa League as well. I didn't get very far in that. Won 1 game against Slovan Bratislava. Drew against Utrecht and Montpellier. And I lost the other 5 games. Very, very tough. But Dad, did you go on to win the cup and get the domestic double? No.
It's the one there.
Okay, Randers. Now, it is explained there, but just in case, when it breaks off into 2, they get the 100% of the points from the preliminary phase into the championship group. Because I know in Belgium, for instance, everything's halved, and it's supposed to make it so that if anybody is a runaway leader, the points are halved, makes it a little bit closer, but not in the Danish league. Okay, so quarterfinals of that, Dad, you were knocked out by Randers, who went on to win it in extra time. League phase of the Champions League. Let's see, you won 2 games against Red Star and Hoffenheim, and lost 6. Lost to Barcelona and Napoli at the end there. Unfortunate, really.
Yep, it's the way it goes, isn't it?
Your team scoring 28 goals there for Danny Gomez. Rooney Bargi 16 and 18 there, but he is running out of contract.
Yeah, I guess this is where I loses him now, isn't
it? Isaac Johannesson 16 and 11, and El Yanusi 10 and 15, so not too bad there. Transfer budget 3 million and 20%. It's going up, not a lot. So if you do sell Rooney Bargi, you're only going to get 20% of whatever you make out of him. So you might have seen there, he already had a £30 million asking price.
I tried the first
£20 million, you get
10 million, didn't it?
Yeah, you'll get 6 million for that. Yeah. Let's have a look to see what mine is, and we'll also have a look at the results across the season to determine the points for the points tally. So 28 goals from Ingvartsen, Ellis with 18, 40 and 14 for Ajuke. It was a good free signing, that was. My transfer budget 4 million as well. All right, yeah, that's okay. I still got my 100%, so if I do sell a player, I'm all right. You just can't. There's just no point in you selling one. Schedule then. We're on mine. So it was a 2-2 draw in that one. No points gained, no points lost. But I did beat you in the championship group there, 3-2. So that's 1 point up. We drew another game there. And then in the early game, we already know you won. So it was just 1 point each. But you get the 4 points, obviously, for winning the league. So you took a big advantage going into season number 3. Yeah, you definitely you win that cup and it's almost curtains for you already after 2 seasons with 3 remaining. But let's have a look at the points tally after season number 2. This season points were Omega Luke with 1 and Omega Dad with 5, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 5, Omega Dad with 11. All right, I've already got a 6-point buffer away from you, to be fair, so I need to catch up with some points this season. And the team, I've sold £5 million worth of players, and I've brought in just a ton of free transfers, including one from yourself. But I have spent £2 million on this man, Kiergaard, who go in that centre midfield. I think that's a money well spent. He's a good centre midfielder, to be fair. But we've also brought in Alio, who is a backup striker for me. And then we've got Kevin Dix, free transfer from Copenhagen, plays naturally at right back but can play across the back 3, which I quite like. Antolin, good centre midfielder again. Then we've got Sorensen coming in at centre back there, another Dane. Etiki from Cameroon, a centre defensive midfielder, a really good ball winner. You can see there a lot of good attributes in the ball winning department. Keon Edwards, though, I'm hoping can get me some goals alongside Ingvartsen. That's what I'm hoping. A lot of pace up there for that young man, and Otterson as well, right back. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're a stickler for signing Arsenal players, so you would know. I've gone for a 4-2-2. I know you look at me because that's one of your favourites.
It is, yeah.
Keon Edwards up front there, but if I did pick best 11, he gets taken out instead of Ellis, but I don't want that to happen, so I want Ingvartsen up there instead. And as you can see, we're looking quite strong now in terms of links going down in each position. We're all good. We're kind of okay there. Copenhagen, Dad, free transfers.
That's what we're going forward, isn't it?
Vavro went for £3.6 million, but you brought in Palestri.
Yeah.
Who's going to be Rooney Bargi's replacement.
Yeah, I think I'll lose him in
December.
Yeah, it is December.
He's already decided he's gone. Freddie Woodman, free transfer there.
I thought that's a good keeper for a free transfer as well.
Yeah, and Journine. This is a good signing. Yeah, that is a very good signing there. And then Tommy Doyle.
Just to sort of like strengthen the midfield up, I think.
Okay, well, he's a starting player.
Good youngster, really.
He's fantastic, to be fair. Let's have a look then. Tactically, you're set up in the same tactic.
I just won the league. I'm bound to keep the same tactic, aren't I?
Yeah, look, listen to him. What a load of crap. You ain't buying that, are you?
I nearly said James, didn't I?
Yeah.
You got to stick with the same tactics when you win the league, son.
Tinkerman was telling you. Switching. Honestly, I could see it. He was he was like moving him around going, oh, let's just pretend I've moved it there just so I think I can make a change. And also sign 11 keepers, which is another thing you love to do. Schedule. Let's see. Lots of wins all the way up into the 3-0 loss at home. Come on, what a win that is. Keon Edwards for a brace. I thought I was going to
give you a right hammering.
That's a point straight away.
Yeah.
But you have qualified for the Champions League, as you can see. You've done quite well to get through again. Shakhtar, Real Sociedad, Chelsea's a difficult one, ending with Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. Dortmund's in there too. Whoa, some tricky fixtures going on for Copenhagen.
My favourite German team as well, so.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at my schedule then. How have I got on other than the win against Dad? I lost there to Bodo Glimt 2-1. But I did. Oh, no. I also lost on penalties. Oh, right. I won the fixture but lost on penalties, which I really hate that they've put the green there because technically I didn't win the fixture, which means I'm out of Europe this season. That was the game I needed to win to go into the Europa Conference League. So unfortunately, I am out.
Done me a big favour.
Yeah, because that was a competition I could have done all right in. Might have, you know, never know. The rest of the fixtures, though, I mean, I lost my first 2 league games. That's bad, really. But I am in 3rd place because after that, I haven't lost the fixture against anybody else, including Copenhagen. So we're all good. I trust it. Maybe I can cause an upset in season number 3, and God knows I need it. 5 points behind Dad. Let's see what happens. Not again.
Get in there. 9 points.
I was really hoping this season would be it, and by the looks of it, it was in my hands for a very long time.
Lost it at the death, mate. Lost it at death. I was on your ass all the way.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. So, preliminary phase, as we went into it, you were actually still top.
Yeah.
But then going into the championship group was when I started to take over and fell away at the end there, which is really annoying. So
I didn't have a good finish. No, I've lost 2 games.
Past positions. You were down in 3rd for a while, Dad.
Yeah.
Wow, so I'm guessing Bromby were top for a bit. Yeah, Bromby were top for a bit, and they were also in 2nd, so they dropped off slightly as well. Danny Gomez got 21, Ingvartsen got 16, and Jonin and Ingvartsen there with the highest average ratings. So there we go. Okay, we're on Nordsj Lland. Come on, I need that cup then, because you've just gained another 4 there. No, semi-final by Copenhagen.
That means I'm in the final.
And it's another 2 points that you win for knocking me out.
Yes. That's a big season, especially if I win this cup as well.
Oh, thankfully. Oh, it's across 2 legs. Oh, we drew the other leg.
Could I get a point for beating you and 2 points for knocking you out?
Yeah, no, 1 point for knocking me out. Calm down. But I can see you did get the other 3 points. You won on penalties. You didn't even deserve to win it, look.
What do you mean?
Sickleborg, you beat them.
When you look at the trophy and you see the name of the team on there, that just tells you.
Spit it out.
I won it.
They only had 38 points this season. You can only beat them on pens. Terrible. Oh, right. Okay, so we're going to have to really have a solid 4th and 5th season, because this could be curtains for me already.
Down and out, telling you.
All right, cocky. I beat you in the league, though. That's another point right there, so that's good. That's where you knocked me out, so that one doesn't count. We drew in the other league fixture there, but I lost against you on that one, so you get an extra point back for that one, but of course I already won 1 point earlier from the first game that we played, that 3-0, so I've got an extra 2 points for beating you, but I got a feeling that's pretty much my only 2 points. 25 goals. What do I need in this? It's not like I'm not scoring goals. It's not like my defense is bad because I had the second amount of clean sheets in the league. Don't know quite what it is yet. £2.58 million is not exactly going to give me a lot either.
Look at the wages, was it?
No, that's it. That's the trouble. Okay, Copenhagen. Let's see what you've got, Dad. 31 million. 31 million. 31 goals from Danny Gomez. 15.
He's done well since he's been there, you know. He doesn't look a great striker, but he's been banging the goals in for me.
I mean, this is a star man. Yeah, that's a star man. Now that Rooney Badji's left.
Yeah.
By the way, Rooney Badji, let's see. He left and went to Liverpool on a free transfer. Unfortunate for you.
Yeah.
Your transfer budget, Dad? £1.5 million. 40% though, so almost half the money. And the debts, I can't work out whether that's coming down or not. Sometimes I look at it and go, no. But the overall, it does crack me up. You're only allowed 40%. And you got an overall balance of 25 million plus in there. But
the problem is, you're getting this. It's not worth me selling any players because I don't get the money from really to use. So I keep them, but the wage budget goes up then because I'm trying to add a couple of players to make the team better.
Well, you're going for too many free signings, aren't you? Well, that's the thing, because your wage budget then is higher.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the points after season number 3. Well, season number 3 points are Omega Luke with 2, Omega Dad with 10, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 7, Omega Dad with 21. Okay, season number 4. I need to gain some points back because this...
You need to win big now, mate.
Yeah, I kind of need to win everything going forward now.
If I win the league this season, you're done.
Yeah, I'm 14 points behind. Jacob Sorensen from Norwich comes in. He's another Danish player that we've brought in. from CDM, or the centre mid position. Felix Gebhardt, good goalkeeper, that is. 24, young, commanding of areas, good agility, fantastic positioning, great. Composure lacks a little bit, but cracking goalkeeper. And then I've actually signed Ethan Nwaneri on a £2.8 million loan deal because I couldn't find anybody who was better for the same money.
Yeah.
And he comes in who can play centre mid, centre attacking midfield. I've used him in the past and he's been fantastic for me. So he's only just joined as well. So hopefully he can really kick on for us and get us some goals. Now, I've gone balls out. I needed to. Gone for inverted wing backs, which will help. I've gone for wingers out there, shadow striker. You name it, I've done it. This is one of my favorite style of plays to go for when I really need to win stuff and I kind of just need to go all attacking. When you don't really trust your defense, when you've been doing all right, just go attacking. Now, I've got Oliver Ant-Man in there. He's been featuring the centre mid position, but he's going to try and play a key pivotal role for me in that centre attacking midfield role now. He's been the utility man the last couple of seasons. As you can see, he's been good, but you know, that first season actually 13 assists is phenomenal, but I need him to do better for me now. Oliver Ant-Man, it's over to you, kid. But the rest of the lineup, as you can see, looks like that. Now, schedule, it's been a little bit ropey to begin with. Lost to Bromby, but what I will say is I didn't change the tactic until here against Viborg, which was a 4-2 win, then a 5-1 win, 3-0 draw and a 1-1, but the 3-0 draw was one of the first games, and it was a 90th minute equaliser. So I'm like, oh, all right, that's just what it is. The Midland game, away from home, they're very good.
Yeah.
So I actually, when I get that result, I'm like, actually, I don't mind that at all. Me and Dad actually play next, which is unfortunate it wasn't now, just so I can test to see what it was like. But I am in the Europa Conference League. Could this be the competition that gets me the points to catch you back up?
Yeah.
I could beat those teams. I could definitely beat those teams. I think I can go through. Now, over to Dad. He has signed 2 free transfers, as you can see, from last season. No money being spent again.
Nope.
Lorenzo Luca being the main signing.
Another striker, just in case my main striker gets injured.
Danny
I mean, he could be my main striker anyway.
Yeah, it's 5 and 5 already.
So, yeah.
And then Ronnie Edwards on a free transfer.
Good
English.
Ronnie. Brought him in. Just help me at my defence.
Centre back in there. And tactically,
why would you change a winning side? I keep telling you lot, you would never change a winning side, would you? There you go.
It's painful, really, isn't it, lads? It's painful. Stick with the same tactic. Your schedule looks like this. There's been a couple of dodgy results in there. There's a loss to Sickleborg, a couple of draws. It's not looking too great. You are into the Champions League again, though, which, to be honest, your finances need it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Valencia, Rangers, Sparta Prague, Napoli, Liverpool, Real Madrid at the end there.
Oh, no, it's not looking good again, is it? You know, it's like punishing you. You win in the league and you get punished for being put in the Champions League. Then
you could lose one of the playoffs.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And go into Europa League and stand a bit more of a chance in there.
This is with the money, isn't it? You just take a chance then.
Yeah. Season number 4. I need to win it all. I need definitely that Europa Conference League. That could be a huge boost. Let's simulate and see what happens. Now, what has happened here? Oh, in case you're wondering, what? Championship group? There's no Copenhagen. There's also no name next to you. Sacked.
Sacked me. I cannot believe this. They sacked me.
Sacked you. Copenhagen finished second in the relegation stage.
Yeah, a bit of a bad season then.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to say I've a bit of a bad season, but I'm not going to give anything away just yet. But let's see what happened. I didn't do too well in the league. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that is.
I had some bad injuries, and I just boom.
Tragic.
And they sacked me for it. I just cannot believe I've won the league for you guys 3 seasons in a row.
Preliminary phase, you actually went out into the relegation zone on the final day of it by a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
And Randers, it would have been funny if they had beat me to get into that. That would have been like, oh wow.
Bloody sacked me. I can't believe that.
You didn't even win the relegation stage on the final day.
Lost that as well.
Lost that. I don't think I've ever seen such a drop-off in my life.
I've got to take responsibility for the whole season as well, because they sacked me at the end of the season.
They did.
So I'll take responsibility for the whole season.
Yeah, as you can see, if we go on Copenhagen, managers, Dad was sacked 26th. We're on the 1st of June, so he's only just been sacked 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Which means every result in between counts in regards to like results against each other, you might have won the cup.
That'd be so funny, wouldn't it?
FC Nordsj lland. That's really annoying that I didn't win the league despite you not being there.
Do you know I didn't take much notice of that? Oh,
I've missed a huge chance. Might not need it because...
Thank you, Brombury.
because you got sacked, that's minus 10 points.
Yeah, that's right,
But you were 14 points ahead. It's very, very tight. Just the winning the cup will do. Yes! Won the cup. Well, actually, it doesn't. I'll beat you in the final. Yes, it does. Yes! Penalties. What did you say earlier? Doesn't matter whose name is on the cup. Because that's 2 points for beating you and knocking you out of the cup. Well, actually, no. I get 1 point plus actually beating you.
I got to a cup final and they sacked me.
Yep. Come on.
I've won 3 league titles and got to a cup final and they sacked me. And I'm going to say, I didn't change tactics.
No.
Now you know why I do change the tactics.
Oh my god, look at your Champions League run. You got to the knockout stage. So, your Champions League phase, you finished in 17th. Won 4 out of 8. Drew 1. Lost to Real Madrid,
Liverpool,
Napoli,
you
and
take
Liverpool.
those results,
Yeah, into the knockout playoff round. You knocked out Napoli, 4-2. After losing the first leg, 1-0.
What result that was?
Round of 16, knocked out PSG. Well, you don't know why you celebrated. You're not even the manager of the club anymore.
This is what makes it even worse. So, well, go on.
That's like,
go on.
That's like you've pulled an absolute worldie, and then she dumps you, and then gets to somebody else.
That's the story of my life, mate.
Look what I did. Look what I did. Yeah, she dumped you.
You get to the most important point of the minging date, and then she dumps you. You think, I've done all the hard work.
In the quarter-final, then, you were knocked out by Liverpool 6-2. You were in it as well. You were only 3-2 down after the first leg.
So I got to the quarter-final of the Champions League.
Yeah,
I got to the final of the cup.
But I think you're...
Won 3 titles.
You were also in the relegation stage.
Still sacked me, though. God almighty.
Let's have a look at the schedule and results between each other, then. Obviously, there's only going to be 2 because you weren't in the we were in different ones, but we played each other in the cup, obviously. So that was the third. Copenhagen, you actually beat me in one, so you got a point there, and I beat you in the other one. This is going to be so close.
So what happened in the cup then?
This is going to be so close. Well, I knocked you out of the cup, didn't I? Keon Edwards, 31 goals. Come on. Oliver Antman did very well. Noan Yeri, come on. That was really... Why couldn't you have won the bloody league? We probably won't have to do the points tally. Let's count up. Let's have a look at the points. Well, the season points are as followed. Omega Luke with 6. Omega Dad with -9, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 13 and Omega Dad with 12. 1 point.
Oh dear.
Is an unbelievable comeback, by the way.
Oh, 100%. I mean, if you get sacked, you get sacked, and we've had it before, mate. It's just unfortunate, really. I've got myself 3 good seasons because I normally start off with a bang, don't I, with the first season, and filter off, and then come back at you again at the end, and that I kept it going. 3 seasons. I thought, not change my tactics. I'm going to do it. Get that 4th season in the bag, and you're gone. And that happens. I just don't understand what it. Well done. It's irrelevant what's going to happen to the last season when you've won the. Even if you were still a point behind or we drawn there, it's still yours because obviously you're in the job and I'm not. So
well, some would say the only way that you could have won is if I also got sacked in the final season.
Yeah, true.
We're not going to find out. So screw you. Oh my god.
Oh dear.
But
I can't believe that they sacked me. I still can't believe they sacked me.
Yeah. The save game file, either way, will be available, so you can dive into it more. Maybe you want to have a look at that tactic or whatever. Take over Copenhagen
for the 5th season.
And try and rescue them. A rebuild after a rebuild.
Yeah, let's do that.
Which is one of the first times we're ever going to need that. But there we go. That will be available for YouTube channel members and Patreon members. And thank you very much if you do that, because you support Dad and helping us keep him semi-retired and being here to do these videos. So really do appreciate that. But there we go. That is this season over and done with. This rebuild over and done with. I get the points somehow after being 14 down. I managed to pull it back.
I don't care what you say. If I want to change the tactics from now on, I don't.
Yeah. It works for you, I guess. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, Dad also done a video where he completed a Glory Hunter. Have a look. It's on screen for you right now. Go check it out.
It's good.